Hello and welcome to Bishop David Oyedepo World, where we bring you accurate, spirit-led insights into the teachings, actions, and vision of one of Africa's most influential church leaders. Today, we address a critical topic that has been making rounds across Christian media, social platforms, and private circles. The claim that Bishop David Oyedepo has banned Living Faith Church pastors from attending programs hosted by Bishop David Abioye. Is this true? Was there a public rebuke? Did the memo that was released on June 2nd, 2025, actually mention Abioye by name? Or is this another case of social media misinterpretation? In this video, we are not going to speculate, we're going to give you the facts. We will unpack the exact content of the memo, explain the context behind it, and bring clarity to what this memo does and does not mean. So if you're looking for truth without sensationalism, stay with us to the end. To understand the June 2nd memo properly, we must first step back and appreciate the backstory behind these recent developments. Who is Bishop David Abioye? Bishop David Abioye is not just another church leader. He has been the vice president of Living Faith Church worldwide for decades and a trusted right-hand man to Bishop David Oyedepo. He was there during the earliest days of Winners Chapel, helping shape the growth of the church into a global movement. His preaching, discipline, and leadership have inspired millions, and his loyalty to the vision of the church is unquestionable. So when Bishop Oyedepo turned 70 in October 2024, and as part of a long-standing church retirement policy, two senior bishops, Bishop Abioye and Bishop Thomas Eremu, were officially retired, it was both a moment of honor and transition. But here's where the story begins to change. While Bishop Thomas Eremu chose to remain within the Living Faith fold in a quieter capacity, Bishop Abioye announced that God was leading him to launch a new work, now known as Living Word Conquerors Global Assembly. This decision, though entirely peaceful and respectful, raised questions and emotional reactions among members and followers. It was only natural that many pastors trained under him, sons in the faith, would want to attend his inaugural programs, show support, and honor him as a father. But when the June 2nd, 2025 memo was released, some were quick to link it directly to Bishop Abioye, assuming that it was an attempt to distance the ministry from him or restrict fellowship with his new work. The truth is far more balanced and structured than the gossip suggests. Memo breakdown, what it actually says. Let's go straight into the memo and analyze it line by line. Memo title, Memo on Church Programs. Date, June 2nd, 2025. Signed by Adebisi O. Abolawade. Let's now read the key sections of the memo. By this memo, please be reminded that our church services and programs take priority over any program organized by Sons Daughters of the Prophet or any other affiliate ministries. Interpretation. This is not a ban. It's a prioritization directive. Living Faith pastors are expected to give first commitment to Winners Chapel's scheduled activities before attending outside engagements. The church is simply reaffirming what has always been emphasized: loyalty to your assignment and flock first. Also note that programs organized by any pastor who may have resigned, retired or disengaged from this commission to start their own ministries are secondary to our church programs as well. Again, this means such programs are not banned, but considered non-primary. You can attend, but only if it doesn't clash with your duties. Now, the most misunderstood part of the memo is this. Therefore, in the event of recent developments, our pastors shall require appropriate clearance from the office of the undersigned before participating in any meetings hosted by any son-daughter of the prophet, former disengaged or retired pastors or affiliate ministries in the city-town of their primary assignment. Let's unpack this carefully. Pastors must get approval from headquarters before attending such meetings. This is not a universal ban. It applies specifically within the city or town where that pastor serves. The goal is not to cut ties, but to preserve focus and ministerial integrity. This is very different from banning. It is protocol, not punishment. Finally, the memo ends with this. This is to prevent loss of focus and compromise so we can ensure that the flock of Christ in our care are properly nurtured. That's the goal, to protect pastors from being distracted by overlapping loyalties or excessive movements, especially when souls are waiting to be fed right under their nose. This isn't about Abioye or anyone else. It's about structure, order, pastoral stewardship. What the memo does not say. Now that we've carefully examined what the June 2nd, 2025 memo actually says, it is equally important, perhaps more important, to be clear about what the memo does not say. It does not mention Bishop Abioye by name. Nowhere in the document is Bishop David Abioye's name mentioned. The memo speaks broadly of sons, daughters of the prophet, former pastors, or affiliate ministries. So, the assumption that the memo is a direct attack on Bishop Abioye is an overinterpretation and an unfortunate leap. If the intent was to address Bishop Abioye directly, it would have done so. Bishop Oyedepo has never been a man who shies away from calling names when necessary. He speaks with clarity and conviction. It does not ban pastors from attending external meetings. Let's be crystal clear. This memo is not a ban. It simply asks that pastors seek clearance from leadership if they intend to attend programs hosted by affiliate ministries or former church leaders, especially within the city or town of their own church assignment. That's not censorship. That's coordination and order. In any global organization, especially one with thousands of branches, there must be oversight. The memo upholds that structure. It does not condemn affiliate ministries or break ties. The tone of the memo is not harsh or judgmental. It does not imply that affiliate ministries, sons of the prophet, or retired pastors are in rebellion or spiritual error. It simply says, these external events are secondary to our internal assignments. It's not saying don't relate. It's saying don't be distracted. This is an important distinction. The truth is, many affiliate ministries across Nigeria and beyond were birthed from within Living Faith Church. Some were started by former pastors who left honorably, others by spiritual sons who still hold deep reverence for Bishop Oyedepo. This memo doesn't destroy those ties. It simply seeks to manage how current pastors engage with them responsibly. It's a clarification on protocol, not a punishment. The memo doesn't rebuke, suspend, or discipline anyone. It doesn't imply wrongdoing. It simply lays down a clear administrative framework to guide pastors under the commission in how they relate with external events, particularly during times when their services or assignments require their presence. In short, this memo is not emotional or punitive. It is procedural and pastoral. Purpose of the memo. If we want to understand the memo, we must understand its heart. Why was it written? Why now? What was Bishop Oyedepo, and by extension the church leadership, trying to accomplish? Let's look at 4 key reasons. 1. To maintain pastoral focus on assigned flocks. Every pastor has a divine assignment to feed, shepherd, and grow the people God has entrusted to them. The memo reminds them, you are first accountable for your own house. If you're a pastor in Warri, or Lagos, or Port Harcourt, and there's a program happening nearby, even with a respected former senior, you are to ensure your home base is covered before moving elsewhere. This is not just spiritual wisdom, it's ministerial integrity. 2. To prevent distraction, confusion, or divided loyalty. We are in a time where pastors are pulled in every direction. Invites, revivals, dedications, meetings, fellowships. While these may be good in themselves, the danger is that some pastors might start neglecting their own pulpits just to attend other programs, leading to spiritual starvation of their local church members. And when those external meetings are held by a former superior or spiritual father, the risk of emotional conflict or misplaced loyalty becomes real. The memo provides a healthy boundary so pastors don't fall into the trap of split commitment. 3. To protect the integrity of church leadership flow. Living Faith Church has a distinct spiritual DNA. Its leadership, doctrine, and structure are streamlined for global coordination. Unregulated movement of pastors across programs, especially when organized by others who may have different focus or vision, can weaken that flow. This memo is simply a call to preserve ministerial consistency and to ensure that the values, teachings, and priorities of the commission remain intact. 4. To ensure events are attended with accountability and approval. The memo doesn't forbid attendance, it requests clearance. That means, if you want to attend an external program, talk to your superiors first. Get proper documentation and check if your local duties allow it. Don't disappear or show up elsewhere without organizational alignment. This process protects both the pastor and the church from rumors, misinterpretation, and unnecessary distractions. It's not control, it's covering. So, let's close this conversation with a summary of truth. Bishop Oyedepo did not ban pastors from attending Bishop Abioye's or anyone else's meetings. The June 2nd memo is about preserving order, not punishing people. There's no mention of Bishop Abioye. No attack. No drama. Living Faith Church is simply reminding its pastors to focus on their assignments and engage externally with structure and oversight. Let's be honest. In a world where many church leaders say nothing and let confusion spread, it is refreshing to see a ministry that values clarity, documentation, and accountability. Pray for both Bishop Oyedepo and Bishop Abioye. They are fathers of faith. Honor structure. Respect leadership. Protect the church. If this brought clarity to you, leave a comment below and share this video with someone who may be confused. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on spiritual truths and church news with integrity. Until next time, remain blessed, walk in wisdom, and let all things be done decently and in order.